Today's guest is a former England boxing national elite champion, a Three Nations champion. He is finally going to make his debut on the 27th of February. Masood Abdulah.
Hello, Jackie. How are you?
I'm good. So, finally, 27th of this month. So what, we got 10 days time?
That's it. Only 10 days, and that's it.
I'm guessing everything's going to plan. No COVID issues, no injury issues.
Not with me. I mean, I'm fine. I've been testing every week. Did you hear Frampton's injured?
I did not hear that. And now my heart is broken.
No, he's injured. No broken hand or anything, but the specialist told him, take some time off. You need that hand to heal, and he can't risk, going into a fight at that magnitude, not being able to perform or not being able to, do his best. But yeah, he's out, and the co-main event is the main event.
So I'm obviously not on top of my on top of the news that's going on, am I?
No, this was announced. It was announced today, but there was rumors going around for the past 2 days, and finally announced today. But the show still goes on, so super happy about that. But yeah.
Firstly, I'd like to say we wish Frampton a speedy recovery. My heart is broken. But the show must go on. You're out on the 27th of February. Oh my gosh. Masood.
Finally.
Masood, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Is your debut the longest awaited debut in the history of boxing debuts?
I think it is. Honestly, I've been waiting for such a long time. I signed my contract October 2019. I've been waiting since 2019 October, just to get in and fight, and it's been daunting, but finally we're so close.
Don't they say hard work pays off though?
Well, this is more patience.
Yeah.
Just waiting for that opportunity. But yeah, it's been a while.
So let's talk about for a second. You've been made to wait for that length of time. I am guessing there is an upside. Is the upside, you've managed to get little tricks and tips from the whole pro scene. You're able to really nail them down. And so maybe your transition from the amateur scene has been a lot more seamless.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always learning. I'm constantly improving. And I'm just going to be better prepared for this debut. I'm more experienced and I would say a little bit more schooled coming up to this debut. And I've been sparring some top level people. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing but good news right now. Just getting better and better.
So talking of sparring, obviously I know you're doing some really great sparring for this fight, but you've actually sparred Frampton before, haven't you?
I have, yeah. So I sparred Frampton, I think it was on my fourth fight as an amateur. I went to their gym. This was back when he was at McGuigan's gym. Went to their gym. They asked me how many fights have I had. I lied and said I had something like 50 fights. I won only half of them or something just so he would think I'm worth his time. And we sparred for a little bit. They said I wasn't experienced enough, and they gave me some very good advice. And Frampton was a true gentleman. He was very nice to me. Gave me some advice, some tips at the end. And for me, that was a very good experience. And it was the day which I noticed or realized like I wanted to box. I wanted to do this as an occupation. And and I chased that dream since that day. Nice.
Did they ask you for the money back? Like, give us that money back.
No, they didn't.
So listen, I wanted to know, there was 2 fights that I want to discuss with you. I mean, hot topic over the weekend, the Warrington-Lara fight. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Oh, that was an interesting fight, wasn't it? I feel like this lockdown is ruining a lot of people's opportunities, isn't it? It's like there's so many underdogs that's coming up and just tearing people apart. I mean, Teofimo Lopez done that with Lomachenko. This guy came out of nowhere and just completely tore Josh Warrington apart. And I mean, the main thing right now is wishing Josh Warrington the best, and hopefully he recovers. Because I heard he got a broken jaw, a broken orbital socket, and a really badly damaged eardrum. And that guy's a beast. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, not only was he an absolute beast, I mean, one of the things that I noticed, and not just around the knockdown around round four, I think it was, this kid, like, he matched Warrington, power, and he was pushing Warrington back and pushing Warrington back. And then for me, it was almost like, oh, okay, there was no plan B or C. And the thing I guess also that I wondered, do you think that people underestimated him?
100%, 110% people underestimated him. I don't know what the odds were, but one of my friends was telling me something ridiculous, like you put £1 and you can get £15 in return, something like that. It's again, he was underestimated greatly, and look what he did. He upset everybody, and that's the great thing about boxing. Everyone can have an opinion, but the results, the fight is the proof to the pudding. You could think someone's better, and then someone else could show you that no, they're better. That fight for me was phenomenal, and you're 100% right. Josh Warrington, it looked like he only had plan A. There was no plan B, C, D, or whatever, and it looked like he only came in to fight him up close and try to brawl with him. And when that didn't work, he continued doing that, which was quite silly. And he paid the price for that.
Interestingly, I would have thought that Warrington had the boxing brain to kind of work off an angle, because to be absolutely honest with you, Lara only realistically most of the time just went back in straight lines.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there was no pushing that guy back. Like he was going to be in your face no matter what. And even when he got clipped, it looked like he ate it up. Like he got hit, he's like, "Good shot. I'm gonna give you 5 in return. Let's see how you cope with it." I don't know what to say about that guy. That guy's just a beast, and I hope he does well. And I hope he earned good money from that, and gained some notoriety or something where he can feed his family a little bit better, and he can earn a little bit more and live better. But yeah, beast.
I totally agree. The other thing that I want to discuss with you, because you mentioned that you think that the whole lockdown is having a detrimental, I'm putting words into your mouth, but detrimental effect on some people's fights. Oh, yeah. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm just wondering, is it a situation where people now have to stop looking for or planning for the crowd to G them up, and have to unfortunately find that in themselves? I
think, personally speaking, it's the inactivity. Is some people only train if they have a fight coming up, and we're not in a sport where it's okay to do that. We're in a sport where you have to be fit, you have to be ready, and when a camp starts, you can't have 12 weeks to prep for one fight, especially someone like me. I'm a complete, I'm new to this game. I can't, I have to be consistently training. As you mentioned earlier on, I've been waiting the longest for my debut, and I can guarantee you I didn't take any more than 2 weeks off or a week off. And just because I know if someone knocks at my door, someone knocks, and if an opportunity is there, I'm going to take it. And unfortunately, that's what happened to Warrington. I feel as if that's what happened to him. He hasn't fought for nearly a year or over a year, and that inactivity showed that he wasn't as quick or as sharp as he was before. And I feel like that's what's happening with a lot of people now. A lot of people are getting exposed, or not exposed. That's a harsh word to say, but it's showing that inactivity is actually being a curse to them. Yeah. More than the crowds, because everyone that I've spoken to who's fought behind closed doors, they said as soon as the fight gets started, you forget about the crowds. You just focus on the fight at hand, and that's it.
I think probably because, you're hearing the sort of comments like, oh, because of the crowd, he wasn't right, X, Y, and Z. And I think you're quite right, to be honest with you, Masood, that people shouldn't, as in boxers, should not rely on that, and especially at this time.
100%. I mean, fine, the crowds can have an effect, but if you're getting your ass kicked, they're not going to help you out. Let's be 100% honest. Not to sound harsh or anything, but like I can see you laughing. But
it's just the way you went, not to be harsh, and then was.
No, but am I saying something outrageous? It's like
No. To be fair, no.
Yeah. Regardless of the crowds, your actions speak volume, and I guess maybe the crowd could have helped him out a little bit, but not that much where he's going to gain some superpowers and knock this kid out with a single shot. Warrington has always been known to, he's always been a durable fighter. He's always been like gear 5 from the get-go and just being able to outwear his opponents. And again, he was paired up with someone who just was a little bit better than him at that.
Yeah. And the other fight that everyone is talking about, Diaz Jr. Versus Rahimov. Talk to me. Talk to me about that fight.
That was a good fight. That was a very good fight. A clash of styles. Oh my God, I don't know what to say about that. Personally, I don't think it was a robbery. I think a robbery is like, it's a clear cut decision. I think it was unfair. I don't think it was a robbery. I think the wrong guy won by a round or two, in my opinion. Like not the way the scorecard was. What was it? 118 to 111.
Yeah, 118 to 111.
That was insane. How the hell are you going to score it like that? Crazy.
Here's the interesting thing, right? So you're one of the few people, firstly, that I've heard, have a similar opinion to me. So I took the night off, missed the fight, always happens, and then all of a sudden, everyone's talking about the fight, and it was terrible, and the scoring was terrible, and he was robbed. Now, I don't think that calling it a draw, I can actually see an argument for calling it a draw.
100%. If they said draw, I wouldn't dispute it. Just because it was forward and back. Martinez had, started off strong, and my God, that guy's engine's good. And he's powerful. He's super strong. And it's just his opponent just didn't have the best game plan, showed him a little too much respect. And in the later rounds, he realized he could stand there and trade with him and demand respect. So it was back and forth. If someone said the draw, I would agree. If someone said, Martinez won by a round, I'd be like, yeah, sure. But the decision that came out of it, completely unfair.
There was one judge that went 114, 115 to Diaz Jr. I have to say, I would have given it to the other side. So the argument for the 1 round, possibly 2, would for me have gone to Rahimov, to be honest with you. I felt that the first couple of rounds were a bit of a draw, but then Rahimov started to work at longer range, and once he started to work at longer range, he was having so much more success. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cracking fight though.
Amazing fight. It's I feel as if the Josh Warrington fight didn't go that way, that could have stole the show. And again, it's one of those fights which actually, grabbed you and grabbed all of your attention. Like, you weren't going to look away for nothing. You wanted to see what was going to happen. Is the old lion going to come in and take his pride back? What's going to happen? But it's a very good fight. Sorry, but I've just got this thing about. So what was really annoyed me about that night, as soon as they just start talking to, because every time, right, Masood, I think, maybe this time it might be different. The punditry, and then they'll just start talking about bare shit, and I have to turn it down, right? But one of the things that really fucking annoys me, right? So they were so biased, but at one point, Rahimov had hit Diaz with a cracking shot, and then followed it up with a flurry of shots, right? And the announcer said it was Diaz, and then the other announcer was like, well, no, I think it was Diaz. I went, no, he got the better of the exchange. I was like, what are you looking at? Seriously, what are you looking at? Because not only did he hit him with one cracking big fat shot,
His head went back, and then he charged on him, sat on him, and hit him with a load of shots. And I was like, and then when they played the replay, he didn't even go, you know what, I got it wrong. He just kept his mouth shut.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. No one wants to admit they're wrong, especially on live TV. Personally, I'll give that person a little bit more respect. I'll be like, you know what, you owned up to it. You saw the replay. It was what it was.
Exactly.
And not to forget, sometimes what the announcers are saying could, influence the judges.
It's too much.
Especially behind closed doors where you can hear them loud and clear.
Yeah. So, talking about your last 10 days, are you, firstly, number one, have you thought of a name yet?
No, not at all. We'll see what happens. I know where you're getting at. They've been making fun at me in the gym, calling me a stupid name, which again, as they've tried to make it public, but I'm definitely not going with that name. And it doesn't match. It does match because I'm annoying in the gym and I buzz around a lot. But yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for that one. So, on a serious note, in order for you guys to compete, will you have to take the vaccine for this competition or in the future?
Not for this competition. Again, I don't know about the future. Maybe they may change rules. Who knows? I'm hearing a lot of stuff where I heard something on the radio where they're thinking about, only letting people who've taken the vaccine in supermarkets. There's a lot of silly stuff going around, but for this competition, thank God we don't have to. Because again, if I take the vaccine, I don't know what effects it may have in my performance for the next couple of days, all of that kind of stuff. Not saying that I'm pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine, it's just that I don't know what the effects of it will be. It's like me taking antibiotics. I'm going to feel a little bit weak and depleted, but it's just, thank God I don't have to take anything. And, we've been doing the right thing where we've been testing ourselves every single week, making sure we're clear. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything smooth. Everything's smooth.
I'm wondering also, just on a religion note, how is that going to play out?
I heard the vaccine has a lot of weird stuff in it. That again, in my religion, you're not allowed to put that stuff inside your body. So I'm not completely sure. I will have to do a little bit more research in regards to what's inside the vaccine. Because if it's true, like some of the stuff I'm hearing that's inside the vaccine, I can't take that, and I wouldn't want to do anything that is against my religion or against my my own choice. I don't want to be forced into doing anything.
Yeah, I understand. So, last 10 days, Masood Abdulah. So, have you got like any little rituals that you're going to sort of set in place from now till then? And any sort of little treats you're going to give yourself, I don't know, on fight night or night before fight night, massages, pedicures, and the like?
There's something I'm looking forward to not doing again for a little while. I take an ice bath every Sunday, and my God, is it painful. And I hate it because I have put like 8-10 kilograms of ice inside my tub. It's freezing cold. I'm looking forward not to doing that. This Sunday will be my last time doing it, and then I'll get to fight and take a break from that for a little while. And my normal rituals, I clean my car, make sure everything's set. All of my stuff is packed beforehand, and when I get into the ring, I do a few tuck jumps. Just the basic that everyone does. Like I swing my arm back, like I swing my arms in a windmill backwards a few times, and just shake my legs out. But aside from that, no, nothing extraordinary. Although in the amateurs, I did clean my car before every single fight. Like if I went out to fight, even if my car was clean, I'll go and vacuum the inside of it, just make sure everything's nice and tidy for no reason. I thought it brought me good luck.
Yeah. And actually, I'm guessing it's quite cathartic as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I haven't had the chance to clean it because I haven't competed in like a year and a half. Not saying that I haven't cleaned my car in a year and a half. But
I was going to say, that must be dirty.
No. I'm just saying it's like I have like when I was competing in the amateurs, I had 14 fights in 4 months. I mean, my car was getting cleaned every couple of days. Now it's been a while. Like I clean it every 2-3 weeks.
Okay. Masood, listen, I am absolutely thrilled that you are finally going to get to show your skills. Thanks ever so much for giving us your time.
Okay, thank you for inviting me. And again, it's been great talking to you.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxruk UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.